Hi guys, for today's lesson we're going to be dealing with frequency histograms and frequency polygons. So some words to remember here. We'll first up a frequency histogram. So it's a type of column graph which is created from a frequency distribution table. So the idea is we start with this sort of table. It's like a tally table or a frequency table, and we move to a column graph using this information. So the idea is that your data entries are going to be on this bottom here, on this x-axis, and your frequency numbers are going to be up the side. And for each of these data entries, which you see down the bottom, you're going to be showing exactly each one's frequency by showing how tall these columns get. Now you want to be making sure that all your data entries can fit down the bottom. They've each got their own kind of spot for a column. You want to make sure that each of these columns are the same width each time, and you also want to make sure that there's half a width gap at the start. So there's a gap at the start and it's half of the column width. So you can see here that this gap here is just one of my little squares and each column is worth 2. So this is half of the column width. There's also a gap of half a width at the end. We can see that our frequency goes up to a maximum of 3, so I made sure that my scale goes all the way up to 3 at least. It can go higher, but 3 is a must. And we can see that for data entry 5, it only goes up to 1, so that's where we go up to. We stop at 1 for 5. 6 goes up to 3. 7 goes up to 2. 8 goes up to 1. 9 is 0, so it doesn't go up at all. And 10 goes up to 3. And then we're done. This is our frequency histogram. Make sure that your columns are touching each other. That's the difference between a column graph and a histogram. Histograms, these columns touch each other. Column graphs don't touch each other. Okay, note, so make sure your scales are even and fit all required numbers. So make sure you're going up by the same amount each time. Each value is the same distance apart. A frequency polygon, that is a line graph which moves from the top of each column of a frequency histogram. So here's my frequency histogram from above. I can make the frequency polygon by drawing pretty much a dot. So I'll do it over here to show you what I mean. So I'll draw a dot in the middle of each of my columns, as you can see here. So I'm drawing a dot at the top of each, and then I draw lines between these dots as such to get a frequency polygon. I also want to put a dot in the bottom left corner and the bottom right corner and draw lines to those as well. So that is my frequency polygon, and you can see here that one has been completed for you in brown here. So that is what we call a frequency polygon. It's like a type of line graph. It looks like a line just joining the tops of these columns. I hope this helps guys with the questions. Good luck.